Awesome. Hey, Remi, how you doing?
I lost my voice. What the heck?
I'm
Hey, girl.
like, hey, we're so excited to have you. My name's Issa. I'll be chatting with you tonight. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. Hey, Lisa, nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you so much for having me on the
Yeah,
the show.
and this is
Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah. So first, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Oh well, hi everyone. I am Remy. I am a talent manager from Chicago. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I work with No More Heroes as well. I don't know if anybody on this live has heard of them, but yeah, they're a production company outside of Chicago, curating the culture, stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. So, can you explain what your role as a talent manager and, as we'll talk about a little bit more, a producer is?
Okay, so I think as a talent manager, I'm just like, sounds funny, but I'm just managing the talent.
Yeah.
Um, that looks different like every day. I really just like come up with strategies and try to give her structure. Um, I'm trying to see a way to explain it because it's just like a lot of stuff that you
Yeah.
do, right? Like every day looks so different. Like one day you're like handling logistics for a show, the next day you're trying to see what which person should be on this song. Like
Yeah.
it's just so many things. You're just looking for what's next. You're trying to always make sure that every moment that she has or your artist have that you're using it to take her to the next level, and that just looks so different every day. Like if you see a song that's going up and is going viral, you're like, oh, let's shoot a music video.
Mhm.
But then you're like, what should the music video do? Like, how are we going to have viral moments throughout the music video? What does that look like? Where are we going to put it afterwards? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll put it on the blog, so we can make more viral moments and give it a longer life on the internet.
Mhm.
So it's just like it just looks so different every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like some days it's a
Yeah.
phone call. Some days it's like doing research on like other artists, other rollouts, you know what I'm saying? Talking to other managers, getting their strategy on what they do with their artists as well. So it's just like, networking
Yeah.
too. A lot of that on behalf of like my artist and for myself, because like when I'm in these rooms I'm able to like talk about her or
Mhm.
talk about my artist, you know what I'm saying? Talk about your artist. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically it's
Awesome. It's a lot to handle for sure.
Mhm.
What was your introduction to managing talent?
um so I started off producing music videos, and I felt like I was always handling shit. Well, sorry.
Mhm.
I felt like I was always handling stuff. Like putting things together
Yeah.
and executing plans. Like that's one thing I love to do. So as a producer, like you're making budgets,
Mhm.
you're making budgets, trying to see if we can stick to budgets, trying to make a vision come to life. And I really loved that. But I felt like as a producer, my role was so small in the
Mm.
artist's life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
it was just like a
Mm.
project. But I felt like I wanted to do more than a project. Like I wanted to work on them, like their image,
Mm.
their branding, stuff like that. I felt like I had so much more to offer than just like being a music video producer.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, you gotta chase a bigger bag too. Like you can't you gotta keep going up. So that's how I got introduced to it. It was kind of crazy because I don't think that I was like looking to be a manager.
Mm.
I think that the situation just aligned and the timing was so perfect. It just seemed right. And I'm a person that's big on like energy and like, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it just really made sense at the time. Um and I felt like because of that I wasn't like prepared, I would say. Um I felt like even still right now I'm still learning so much every day, and think that like you ever stop learning in a role like this, because there's no like set plan on how to do anything, you know, like you're just trying to figure out, there's no blueprint.
Right.
Like you're just trying to figure out everything on the fly. Like you're using every resource that you have, like whatever makes sense to you to make something shake.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's yeah, it's absolutely crazy, especially when you're taking over like someone's entire image. It seems overwhelming, but
Wow.
obviously you're handling it well. And we'll definitely talk about Mellow Bucks real soon. I got some questions about her. Absolutely. Um, yeah. So when did you start producing and when did you start managing artists? What did those two timelines look like?
I started producing once I graduated from college, like straight out of college. I started producing music videos. And then I would say like I did that for like a year or two. And then I hopped into managing Mello, which was my first artist. Um, yeah. So like 2 years, 3 years, and now I've been managing her for like a year and a half, 2 years. Time be going by so fast. I don't even know for real.
I know, and I was looking at everything too, and she's she's gotten real big too in just 2 or 3
Yeah,
years. That's crazy.
that is true.
Um, a little bit about college. What did you study in college?
Oh, I went to U of I,
Nice.
ILL. If any of my, alumni are on the line right now. Yes, I went to Illinois, Geese College of Business. I got a finance
Nice.
degree. When I graduated, I like worked at Pepsi as a data analyst.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow, big
just
moves right out of college.
yes.
What have you taken from college that has helped your work as a, a talent manager and a producer?
Uh, God, I can't. I really can't. I think the social aspect, maybe. I,
Yeah.
I use ChatGPT for everything else,
Oh, there you go.
so I can't really say like, oh, this class helped
Yeah.
me do this, or like this class took me there. Nah, because it was just like, I don't know. I encourage everybody to go to college. Like I'm never saying like don't go to college, but I think you should definitely find your passion and then go to school so you can enhance what you already like to do.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so, since you talked about having to learn all of this stuff as you were going, what was that process like?
Um, I think for me, uh, I felt like I'm a fast learner,
Mm-hmm.
but I also have like a lot of support as
Mm,
well, which I am super grateful for. Like No More Heroes, like they taught me how to do a lot of stuff. Like they mentor me a lot. I have conversations with Brandon and Locke like almost every day about just like what I could be doing better or like what does better look like or what's the end goal, stuff like that. So they taught me a lot of stuff, and it was kind of like I legit like moved in the house with them and I was following them around for like a year. It was it was kind of crazy, just like trying to see like what I could pick up. And so for me, I felt like blessed because I was in a situation where it was just like they were really willing and happy to like help me and to like show me what's
yeah.
up. So they're very honest with it too. Like I don't
Mm,
think I was tricked into anything. Like they always was like, this is gonna be hard. Like you're gonna have to hustle. Like you might think you're doing enough, but you're gonna have to do more
yeah.
because like this shit is not easy. It's not for the weak. And so I feel like I always understood that. Like obviously when you think you understand something and then life show you this is you really understand, So I felt like, excited to
Yeah.
like learn. I was always, because it was something I really wanted to do. It was like I literally had to make a choice between my job and doing
Mm,
music, I
yeah.
say, like entrepreneurship. And I thought about it really long and hard. And I don't think that anybody like told me to like, you know, quit your job,
Yeah.
you're comfortable, 2 weeks salary, 401k, dental and medical. Bro, they ain't got shit like that, bro. It felt really good to like have security, but
Yeah.
I think, when you're young, just take risks because you
Yeah.
just don't know. Like the bigger risk, the greater the reward. And so I'm a true believer in that. And I feel like at the end of the day, like whatever happens, like I feel like I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. And so you've talked a little bit about No More Heroes Studios. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Well, No More Heroes, they have a studio, but they're a label.
Yeah.
Like they're a movement to me. Like No More Heroes the biggest. I can't lie. Like I don't
Well,
know. So they have artists. They have
mm-hmm.
studios. They also have a content series called Audio Exhibit. Is
Mm-hmm.
so fire. Everybody should definitely check it out. Shout out to the team. But yeah, like I feel like No More Heroes are like they curate culture. Like
Yeah.
they have their hand in everything when it comes to like artists. Like they worked with all the artists that y'all see now before they were who they are. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I've seen so many people in the studio just like being there. Like and then I just see them a couple of months later, a year later, and they're like huge and it's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. It's definitely like a vibe. It's a
Love
vibe.
that. So what's your current position with them?
I work as so Mello is signed to them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she's signed to them and I work as her manager. But like it's kind of weird because it's not weird, but it's just like I don't know how to explain it. It's like we're a team.
Right.
So it's like I'm her manager,
Yeah.
but she signed to them. So it's like we all work together, you know. Uh,
Absolutely. What is that like managing an artist who's signed to someone like No More Heroes? Are there times where you're clashing with her label, or is it a real collaborative environment?
Yes, I feel like I'm just kidding. I feel like we don't really like clash. I think that
Yeah.
it's a real collaboration. I feel like I don't know. We always have disagreements. I feel like there are a lot of strong personalities throughout the group.
Yeah.
Um, but I wouldn't say that like we have like disagreements that feel like we can never move past or like that make it so hard to work with. I think that everybody's so passionate. It's fun. It's definitely and like I said, like I've also like worked with them before as like on music
Yeah.
videos and doing like A&R work and stuff like that. So I've already had a relationship with them.
Mm.
So them having the art, them signing her just made it like even easier to like just have a cohesive group. Um, so it's cool working with them. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, disagreements are going to happen in any group, but it's good that it's never anything ginormous or life changing.
Yeah.
How do you navigate some of those disagreements where you come to a conclusion?
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just like you definitely have to pick your battles because like sometimes like everything don't have to be a fight.
Yeah.
Like it's just not you're holding up the group that way. I
Mm.
feel like if there's something I'm super duper passionate about and I feel like nah, this is what we have to do. I'm definitely having several conversations trying to make sure like we get this together. But other than that, I think communication is key. um, I think understanding what the plan is and what the goal is helps all those decisions.
Yeah, perfect. And then, can you tell us a little bit more about your relationship with Mellow Bucks? Like, how did that professional relationship come to be?
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that.
What I was about to say. So I was working with No More Heroes, producing music videos with them, running around with their artists, really trying to like find my place with them and what I wanted to do, stuff like that. So, they were like working with her, and I just was very interested in her. Like I loved her music. I was like, damn, she can really rap. So I just started showing up to everything she did. And it was kind of easy because like all I had to do was like, oh, what y'all doing today? Oh, what y'all
Yeah,
doing today? And I'm just like, dang, like I kind of want to help more. Like, what can I do? Like, da 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 da. So it really just happened like that. We just kind of naturally just worked so well together. It made it easy to like transition as her manager versus like just assisting Laka and Brandon and the rest of the team like doing what they already do. And I felt like I'm a person who likes to execute plans anyway. I think this is
yeah,
a perfect role for me.
fantastic. And I did want to ask, well, first, do you have any other artists, or are you looking to sign any other artists, maybe in the near future?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love Chicago artists. I work with a lot of artists all the time. Um, New artists that I'm currently like working with. One is named MBF Day. He's up and coming from Chicago. He's really talented. I like his music, so I've been working with him as well. Um, yeah, but I'm always open to more talent. I also like don't want to take on too much, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you could get carried away like, oh, I just want to have a whole bunch of artists to make the make it look good, but I feel like when you're a manager, you really are helping these people with their future and their careers, and this is like their life. You know what I'm saying? Like what else are they going to do after this? You know? So it's just like I don't take decisions like that lightly.
Mm.
So it's kind of you just have to be sure. And so that's why I'm just like, you know, working with these artists is cool, but I do want to make sure I'm able to do a good job because I just don't want to be like just there, you
Right.
know, like I want to actually be useful and have it make sense. So,
I love
yeah.
that. What is the process of scouting artists like?
I feel like that's different for everybody. Um, Most of the time, I think today, people are just like scrolling through TikTok,
Mm.
looking for what's hot,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I think I did it where it's like I genuinely liked the music first. Then I got to know the person and see if we would work well together.
Mm-hmm.
And then it fit. Because you could like the music, but like, I don't want to be around certain types of people. And I feel like that's important
Yeah.
when you want to manage somebody. So, yeah, it's just like, do y'all work well together? Is the music good? And
Yeah.
also, I would say too, the artist has to want to work as well. Like they have to be a hard worker. I don't want to be like working with an artist who is talented
Mm-hmm.
and can be all these things, but like don't want to work. You don't want to do content. You don't want to show up to interviews. You don't want to go to the studio. It just doesn't make sense. So
It's like what they say, like you can't help someone who doesn't want your help. So it works this
exactly.
way too. Yeah, definitely. Um, what is something you would be looking for in an up and coming artist that would make you interested in signing them or working with them?
Um, I think like how unique they are. Um, there's just so much music and there's just I just want somebody unique whose music I feel like will make an impact on the world, not in just like one just genre or like one place, one area. I want them to be able to like and somebody who listens to the artists that listen. I don't want no artists who don't listen to I don't have time to keep explaining and sometimes work with me. Just listen. Let's
Yeah.
just get it done. Cause you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not trying to steer you in the wrong direction, obviously. Like we go up together. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm making decisions where I feel like you're not gonna progress or I'm not gonna progress because I want to go up too. So
Right.
it's like yeah, I want somebody who listens, who's unique,
Mm.
and who's hungry. Like, what you trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, are you just be trying to work or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think makes Chicago artists special?
I think Chicago artists are special because of their perspective.
Mm.
I don't know, like when they're telling stories about what they've gone through and the way they put things together and the way like their culture is like front and center.
Mm.
I think that's what makes them different. Like I feel like everybody love us. Like Chicago
True.
is yeah, like Chicago is so
True.
unique. We have so many different stories. We have our own language. Language. We have
Mhm.
our own
Kind of.
slang. Like,
Yeah.
um, and I love that. Like Chicago, it's beautiful here too. Like what else? Like where else? Like, I
It,
would.
Chicago is the most beautiful. I can only speak so much because I'm from Milwaukee, so I'm kind of a fake
Oh
Chicagoan.
Lord, girl. Milwaukee.
I know I'm a fake Chicagoan, so I'm sorry, but I love Chicago. I think Chicago people are the best. There's just so much pride from Chicago. Like
Yeah.
everyone's so proud of Chicago, and they should be because it's the best. Um, you talked a lot about like risk taking and putting your passion before you. How do you do that while navigating the scary parts of taking those big risks?
I think I have a really strong support system.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my friends, my family. I feel like when things get tough,
Mm-hmm.
I always have somebody like, okay, cool, let's get it together. I feel like sometimes that's all you need is just like that little push or like somebody to tell you like, oh, like you're you're gonna be
Yeah.
okay. Like just keep
Yeah.
going, just keep going, keep going. I think that's really what it is. It's just like having people that you could really depend on
Mm-hmm.
and, like believing in God and like trusting in his plan and like having faith that like, okay, I made this decision.
Mm-hmm.
Something is going to work, as long as I keep going with it. So, yeah, I felt like God and a strong support system, you can't really lose. And then yeah, believing in yourself
Yeah.
and like always betting on you is
Mm-hmm.
a really big thing. That's how I navigate through it. Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna outbeat me, outwork me as long as, I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to be 10 steps ahead, stuff like that. So it's just, you gotta bet on you. You gotta pray. You have
Mm.
to just focus and just know that like those scary parts and those scary times are gonna pass, and then you're gonna have some fun lit
Yeah.
ones. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do want to talk a little bit more about your work as a producer. You have produced like quite a few really huge music videos. You did the collaboration between Mellow Bucks and Lotto. You did the
Mhm.
one with Cardi B, and then you also did one with Sexy Red, which is
Mhm.
just some of the biggest artists ever, casually. What were those experiences like?
They were so much fun.
Yeah.
I met so many people. I think the best parts of those like bigger videos is just like how
Mhm.
many new and different people I meet.
Yeah.
Um, just like going to different cities, tapping into their culture and how they do things when
Mhm.
it comes to production. And I'm kind of like I used to be like really into like production stuff because I was
Yeah.
like a producer. So I thought like the way things were shot were interesting, like how this AC pull focus like versus this one. I would always like kind of notice stuff like that when I was like on set. So it was fun. Like it was stressful as well because I feel like as a producer, you feel like if anything with the video happens, anything else left, it's like on
Mhm.
you. And I just, it's a lot of pressure, especially when they're bigger
Yeah.
artists like
Yeah.
Cardi B. Like, we gotta like you gotta keep her happy. You gotta make sure everything is going good. You're supposed to make sure like she's not here all day.
Yeah.
She's warm. Like even the other artists there as well, Fendi. Like it was her music video. I gotta make sure she's straight. She
Yeah.
fed. You know. So it's just like a lot of moving parts, staying on budget, and then even post production, you gotta make sure the video comes out nice
Yeah.
and it looks good and it's edited well, and like there are no random things that YouTube will
Mhm.
flag. Just like it's like a lot of shit, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some lessons you've taken away from working on some of these bigger projects and projects outside of Chicago to that you've brought back to some of the other people you work with or other projects you've worked with?
Mm. I would say like don't freak
Mm.
out because I feel like doing music videos in Chicago is they're easier because you're like tapped in
Mm-hmm.
and you know everybody here,
That's
right? Like you've been
right.
doing videos with them for years, like even before they got hot or whatever, they're y'all locked in. But when you're going to other places, it's like you're trying to figure everything out for the first time again. So I would just say like don't freak out because like you can figure it out. It's not the end of the world. You just have to be ready to pivot. I think that's what it is, pivoting.
Yeah.
Like understanding that something can, you want it to go left,
Mm.
but it has to go right, and we're going to make going right work.
Yeah,
Um, Definitely.
absolutely. And what has your role? I mean, you talked a little bit about it, taking care of people, taking care of the talent, taking care of post production. Like, it sounds like everything you do, you're doing all at once, which is crazy. How do you manage that? You said not to freak out. How do you keep yourself from freaking out or keeping
Um,
yourself calm?
I think being organized too helps a lot. Just I have hella
Yeah.
notes, like hella notes. I write down everything. I have reminders in my
Mm.
phone. I use my schedule, like I use my app, my Apple schedule, Google Calendar. I use all of those things to like remind me if I have something to do. Cause I just feel like there's so many things to do. You're always doing something, like even if it's not work, just like life. Like today, I was just chilling, with my girlfriends. Like we were gonna watch a movie, but like I have to do this too. So I'm glad I put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
So I remembered that I have to be somewhere. Um, so that's a lot of it, just staying organized and communicating too. Like if you need help, I
Yeah.
think that works. Like having an assistant with you or somebody that you could like share the work with, that helps as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you brought up hanging out with your girls. It sounds like, and you've talked about how you have a really strong just community around you. What is important for all of your friends? What's an aspect? What is a trait? That's the word I was looking for. What's a trait that's important that your friends hold?
I just feel like they some real bitches. Can I say that out here? I just think that they're just kind
Yeah,
people, like genuinely nice people. Like I think they have like big hearts. And I feel like I don't know.
I think
They
that's.
don't know.
I think that could be enough. Super
Yeah.
kind.
I just feel like they're real. Like I don't
Yeah,
know how to describe it. It's just like everybody is so different,
yeah,
but they are all real people.
yeah.
So
I think
that's
yeah, I think that's the best. It doesn't have to be like a crazy answer for sure,
yeah,
but
like nothing
it's
profound.
yeah, it's nice to hear what is important for the people that you hang around because having a good community, like you said, is so important to keeping you humble and like grounded. Oh, girl, you good?
I'm just put ice on the back of my throat.
Yeah, but also I just had to bring it up because I saw the videos from your Halloween party and it looked so much fun. So it sounds like
Oh yeah.
you keep people around you that like to have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're a creative bunch too, so it's always fun to like do little stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the best. I did want to talk about. It looked like about a month and a half ago, you went to the Black Music Arts Coalition, or sorry, the Black Music Act. Oh, I wrote down the name wrong.
BMAC
Black Music. Yes, BMAC.
Action
You went to the
Coalition, the Black Music Action Coalition. Yeah.
Action Coalition. Thank you. I wrote it down too fast. So a couple weeks ago, it looks like you went to the Black Music Action Coalition like gala event. What was that like? Can you tell us about that experience?
um, it was really fun. I enjoyed meeting and networking with, you know, people in the industry outside of Chicago, just like other playmakers, songwriters, producers, artists. It was really nice to see Usher get a Lifetime Achievement Award because, that's somebody I grew up watching. He's an amazing, incredibly talented person. So it was really nice to be there and see that. And then just see like how, people are trying to get back to the community because like that's the biggest goal that they have is just like always making sure like underrepresented communities are getting a fair shot. And it was nice to be there and be a part of that as well. I think Gunna gave like he's giving like $50,000 to a bunch of single mothers in Atlanta. So stuff like that, like it was really nice to be there and to see and to give people their flowers. It was good food too. I met a lot of people. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah, what is it like networking at an event that big and with some really high level like folks in the industry?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like intimidating.
Yeah.
I was like, but then I feel like you have to remember like everybody is still people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like at first you're like, I don't want to say nothing wrong. Then you like, my feet hurt. I need to talk to somebody. Like I need to be here for a reason.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you're just scared
Yeah.
and you never say anything to anybody. It's like, why did you come? I could have been at home.
That's so true.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
place was $3,000. Like you need to say something to somebody.
Like, don't let that money go to waste.
Yeah, like that.
Absolutely. What advice would you have for like young entrepreneurs or people emerging in the music business side of the industry for networking? What would you tell them?
I would just tell them to go for it. Talk to everybody. Don't be shy. Um, Start off with a compliment. Usually, say you like their pants or something, and then from there, y'all just connect and just never be too scared to just like say hey.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, like the worst thing they can do is just like not say hey back, and that's okay.
absolutely. Fantastic advice. Do you have any up and coming projects, up and coming announcements you want to share with our audience?
Um, Up and coming announcements, nothing I can really think of. I feel like, but that's how it is all the time. Like, I don't really think, I just feel like I work on stuff and then it comes out and people think it's just like, so cool. I just be like, I don't know, I'm just working on a lot of shit. Like, I'm working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, but when it comes out, I hope people like it. And I feel like it's kind of weird too, because I don't think people understand.
Mm.
Like, what an announcement for me would be
Mm.
like. It's not like
Yeah.
dropping an album.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just
Absolutely.
like, yeah. But I'm working on a lot of stuff and I'm excited to like show people.
Absolutely. That's so fantastic. I did want to ask, what are some personal goals you have for yourself, and what are some goals that you have for your artists for the near future?
Personal goals that I have for myself really is to kind of just like solidify um myself in the industry. Like as like a business,
Mm.
if that makes sense. Like I just don't want to be just like a manager.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like a personal goal for me now. Just like getting my business together and making like everything that I'm writing down, just like making it come to life and like putting it together, executing my plans for like the overall bigger picture. And then for my artists, I want them to put out good music. I want them to continue to grow. I want them to get, I want them to reach all the goals that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Let me see if I have. Oh, I did want to go backtracking a little bit and talking about Mellow Bucks and their collaboration with Lotto. What was your involvement in that collaboration? I know I'm kind of jumping back a lot,
Um,
but
I mean, her A&R reached out to us.
oh, nice.
I fake missed the message, and then they was like, I was like, I'm tweaking. Like it was just like my DMs were so crazy. And so thankfully, like I said, team is so important.
Yeah.
Like having a team is so important because somebody else on my team, they had also reached out to them as
Mm,
well. And so they was like, oh y'all, like da da da, this is what happened. I'm just like, damn. What the hell? So then we have to obviously like make sure Lotto was straight, like getting
mm-hmm,
her logistics together, actually planning the music video,
mm-hmm.
getting the videographer, um, et cetera, et cetera, making sure the area was safe,
Yeah.
like just making sure the day went the way it was supposed to go, making sure she didn't leave in the middle of the shoot,
Yeah.
like just stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she sent it. It was kind of it wasn't how I expected
Mm-hmm.
something like that to go. I would definitely say um, it didn't go the way I expected it to go. So it was like, and that was the first time I've ever done something like that too. And I was a brand new manager as well. So it definitely was very, very interesting. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, just making sure it happened was my role.
Interesting. Okay. Awesome. So, how often do other artists' teams reach out to you to work with Mellow Bucks, and how often do you reach out to other artists?
I think it's pretty frequent. You always want your artists to be like working with other people and being in different spaces, having different crowds, of supporters and fans and stuff like that. So it's a pretty regular basis. Like if I see something popping on Instagram or something that I like or I think that my artist would like or something that fits her, I'm definitely like reaching out to them. And I think that other managers and A&Rs do the same thing. Um, yeah, so pretty frequently.
Nice. Awesome. And then a couple more things. Um, I do want to ask, well, first, for our audience, what does ambition mean to you?
Hmm. Ambition? That's a good question, girl. What does ambition mean to me? I think ambition is just like working really, really hard to be yourself.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like ambition is like reaching for the stars
Mm,
every day in like whatever you're doing
yeah.
and getting up and executing them as well. Not just like dreaming about it, but getting up and really doing it. I think when you find a way out of no way, like you're super ambitious. So that's what ambitious means to me. Just like making it work, like figuring it out. Like, what's next? How do I get there? Like, you ambitious.
Yeah.
You ambitious. Somebody should make a song about that. Like saying something like,
There
she
you go.
ambitious, baby.
Okay. Okay. Maybe you just have to hop on a track. Fantastic. And then speaking of ambition and doing what you set out to do, which
Mhm.
obviously you have done a lot of, what would you tell people who are interested in kind of changing careers? because you said that you were always kind of interested in artists, but you went to school for finance and had like a data analytics job.
Yeah. I would tell people you should like do what you like.
Perfect. Love it.
Like it's that simple.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And that might change. That changes a lot of the time. Like you could like something now. Like when I was in college, I really liked finance.
Yeah.
I was walking around with a briefcase. I'm like I'm doing this business stuff.
Yeah.
But I left college and I like got a new perspective and wanted to do something else. So I say that if you're in between like two paths, I feel like you should just go with the path that your heart's in the most, like stripping away all other aspects. Because I feel like if you're truly passionate about something, you're going to make a way for it to sustain you
Mm,
to live. Like
absolutely.
that's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let everyone know where they can find you if they don't know already. Either, oh,
I'm sorry. I
no,
got
you're all
text.
good. Let everyone know where they can find you online.
You can find me at Remi underscore XXO, REMI underscore XXO.
Mhm.
Tap in, follow the journey.
Yes. Yes.
And thank you for having me too. This was nice.
Of course, it was so wonderful to talk to you, Remi. Um, Make sure everyone out there checks out Ambition Amplified every Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. You can also catch our recap videos at Ambitious Entertainment, and then follow us on YouTube too, so you can watch these recaps and listen to all of these wise words over again. Thank you again, Remi. It was so nice to talk to
Thank
you.
you for
It was so
having
sweet.
me.
Of course, your journey is fantastic, and hopefully, ambitious entertainment, and you can collaborate again. So, thank you so much.
Definitely. Have a wonderful
Thank
evening. Thank you
you. You
guys.
too. Bye.